les appels, tu crois que je vais la fesser? Moi je m'en bats les reins, j'ai besoin d'un vrai Joe. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Et la plus bonne de mes copines, à mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines, à mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Quand tu planes que la nuit. Tu crois que j'ai ton time à ton avis? M'appelle pas, mi-amour. Je t'ai barré, mais t'en veux encore. Quand tu crois viser dans le mix, faudra trouver un alibi. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Trop tard, je suis trop loin pour toi. Et la plus bonne de mes copines, à mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines, à mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Mon gars t'a coulé, rien t'a cramé. Mais tu veux la plus bonne moyen, tu veux la plus fraîche moyen. Mon gars t'a coulé, rien t'a cramé. Mais tu veux la plus bonne moyen, tu veux la plus fraîche moyen. Et la plus bonne de mes copines, à mes copines, à mes copines. Mais tu veux la plus bonne de mes copines, à mes copines, à mes copines. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux que bombarder, bombarder. Tu veux la plus bonne moyen, tu veux la plus fraîche moyen. Tu veux la plus bonne moyen, tu veux la plus fraîche moyen. Tu veux la plus bonne moyen, tu veux la plus fraîche moyen. Tu veux la plus bonne moyen, tu veux la plus fraîche moyen. Tu veux la plus bonne moyen, tu veux la plus fraîche moyen.
Good, beautiful morning, good afternoon, everybody listening here on the best radio station, the Black Hot Fan Network. It's your girl, the lovely Iritan, and Let's Pop with Iritan. I hope you all had a beautiful, amazing weekend, spent time with your family and friends, had a good rest, did all the amazing things you needed to do before the week started. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me here on live on TikTok. I can see Mary M. Victory, Cohen, Mark Ruguru. Thank you so much, John. A lot of people joining me here live on TikTok on the best radio station, the Black Hot Fan Network. Thank you so much for joining in. Remember to share and invite more people on this TikTok to have amazing conversation in regards to us affecting Africans in Africa. As I always say, it's always about redefining Africans as we redefine our minds here on Let's Pop with Iriton. And the topic of the day is the power of freedom. And thank you, guys. Remember to download our app on Google Store and also stream on www.blackhotfanetwork.com. And also, as you're downloading our app on Google Store, kindly click on the store section. Go to BHFN Sports Store and you'll find amazing products and merchandise. We have new products, healthy supplements that we have, mostly for the ladies and the men who are basically working out to help you rejuvenate and revitalize your body and your immune system. Remember, the keyword is healthy supplements. Kindly download our app on Google Store to find these amazing products. You can basically order it for your friends, for your loved ones, to basically tell them, you know what, you know this, you're amazing, I thought of you. Remember, it's on our app on the Black Hot Fan Network on the Google Store, and it's free, guys. So you definitely have to go in and check this out. Today we're going to talk about the power of freedom here on the 254. We see, before I start, also in regards to what's happening all over the world, we have some few clips in regards to what's happening in Kenya. The president was having a meeting at the town hall, and he's talking about the factors of funding new universities here in Kenya. And a lot of people, students, came out giving in their opinions in regards to the fact that a lot of promises have not been adhered to, or basically he's not fulfilled a lot of promises, and he's basically rushing to basically start this new funding of university. I'll share a few clips in regards to that and understand why we need the universities right away in a rush. We saw this happening a few I can say it's a month right now, where the president was in Mombasa and he opted, or he said he's going to give out 800 million Kenya shillings to the youths in Mombasa, mostly to the fishing people, or the guys who basically venture in fishing. And also, every week he'll be sending off 1,000 youth to foreign countries to work. And now we see the president advocating for new universities, or a new funding model for new universities to be built here in the 254. I'll share a short video right away in regards to that. And let's hear the fact that students are coming in not adhering to the requests of the president, understanding people are trying to basically be in the posture of they know what's happening and they have a voice, and they don't actually have trust in the government. Mostly people are saying the president, they're very angry with the president, and they do not actually accept, or basically they're not complying to this propaganda of the new universities being built. Thank you guys for joining me here on TikTok. It's your girl, the lovely Iwatan, on Let's Pop with Iwatan.
Gitonga, the JKUAT Secretary General, and Mr. President, for the entire time I was sitting on this seat, it was becoming hotter and hotter, for the simple reason that by every minute I'm receiving phone calls, because before I came here, I engaged my people from JKUAT, and they told me if I did not tell you the truth, they would impeach me. So allow me to be as candid with you as possible. Mr. President, my first question, and one of the biggest questions my people have been asking me, is why the rush? Why the rush in implementing a model that has a lot of technicalities? Why the rush? Because I am a financial engineer, and as you have said, the issue of the interest rates is determined by actuarial scientists. But the model in itself has a lot of issues up to this moment. So even if we had all these issues coupled together, you've given a lot of sad stories of people not making it to campuses such as the Scott Bible Institute being closed. But Mr. President, we have a lot of people being affected right now. While we were at Naivasha, Mr. President, once we left, we felt like rubber stamps. Naongea ukweli, comrades. For the simple reason that after that, a report was given in Naivasha. We had a summit in Naivasha.
A student from Jomo Kenyatta University talking about the fact that everything that the president has been promising, yet he has not complied with his promises. And now we have a new strategy of new universities coming up. And they're not actually buying this because there's a lot that the students are basically questioning in regards to the promises that the president has made.
Naivasha around June. And the report that came out is that we had agreed to the model. And our comrades were really angry with us, Mr. President. So we felt at that point like we were being set up. Like what we are telling the people is just for formalities. And we have spoken in a lot of...
As I said, there was a meeting a few months, or basically a few weeks ago, that's some month ago, in regards to the president being at, or basically in Mombasa, giving out the speech of he's going to give out 800 million Kenyan shillings to the people who are fishing in Mombasa, sending off 1,000 youths every week to foreign countries. Do we really need to send our youth to foreign countries? Why should we not advocate for the job opportunities here in Kenya? Because I believe there are very many job opportunities, but because of the nepotism going on in Kenya, as we all know, this guy will basically later talk about the fact that corruption is the main thing happening in Kenya, also in Africa. And the only thing people can do is basically continue to voice this out and basically vote for more Pan-Africanism leaders or Pan-Africanist leaders.
Forums, Mr. President, but I believe you have already noticed that people are not clapping much to even the best of points, because there's a general tiresome. There's a general exhaustion among the people because we are usually given a lot of promises. We will come to forums such as this, but we know that very little of it will be implemented. And Mr. President, we also know that corruption is the big.
I saw a video where he was in Wayakiwe, and we see the areas that the president is going, or most of these leaders that the places they venture or they basically go and hold these campaigns are not the most developed places. It's the places or areas that really need, or people who are in dire need of help, and they'll definitely buy anything that the leaders will sell to them.
Biggest public expenditure. And before you came into office, there were people you came into office with who had corruption scandals. But once they got into office, they became suddenly people of integrity. And Mr. President, in as much as we are discussing education, we know that the help decries of you've even told us, and it's also something I take issue with. While we were with you at State House, you told us that the debt was around 70 billion or there was a time you told us 70 billion. A time came you told us private universities have 51 billion. And today you said 180 billion. And as a financial engineer, I'm finding it a little bit hard to reconcile all these figures, Mr. President. So you could also state it a bit more clearly over that. But the HELB and the PS of Education has told us severally that the public institutions had debts and all such kinds of stuff. But we have seen exposés on Twitter, exposés by the Auditor General, telling us that a chair somewhere cost 3.3 million, Mr. President. I will not rush to criticize.
That's a chair that cost 3.3 million. Hello, General Mosquito, how are you doing? I hope you're doing better.
Is anything of the sort, but you know that corruption is a big expenditure in this country. What is your administration?
Yes, General Mosquito, it's a meeting that the president is having today at the town hall, and he was basically advocating for the funding of new universities. Yeah, we have students here, and I believe we also have like teachers and lecturers here, different people, but a lot of them we have students, university students listening into these conversations.
Administration doing to ensure that corruption ends in public institutions. Mr. President, you are using 9 beaters to classify people. Once again, I'm a financial engineer and I take keen interest in numbers. You use 9 factors to classify people. Now explain this to me. We have a parent earning 25,000 shillings and the firstborn has made it to JKUAT to do financial engineering. But this family has 7 people. It has 6 siblings under the person who has made it to financial engineering. So under what category does this person fall? Let's even say it's 50,000. This person lives in the CBD at a place where the life is very expensive. So under what category does this person follow? Or will we have the same thing repeating itself of that girl who was looking at the people with graduation gowns? Because the firstborn yes made it to campus, and they found the new funding model, and they appealed because they were placed in band 5. But unfortunately, as you've heard, we have, let me confirm the numbers, we have 26,000 appeals. And also as a financial engineer, I know that not all appeals usually go through as they ought to because of the system glitches. Mr. President, kindly explain to me where this person should land, because among the 9 beaters, the issue of the siblings and probably the dependents around that family, because some of these families adopt people not because they have too much, but because they have compassion on the people in the society who the government is unable or unwilling to help. Mr.
We have that, and we also have another part of this guy basically giving his points to Mr. President. The fact that we understand, as I've said earlier, and I'm starting, everything, and this is the reason why we had a protest, that is being projected towards, everything that is being promised towards. This is all about the African leaders in Africa, and the fact that I always talk about redefining Africans as we redefine our mind, researching about the African history, understanding your identity, understanding how the country works or countries work, or basically the leaders that we have is super important, because we understand all these fundings that are coming in, everything or every new development that is coming in has an agenda in regards to the people who are funding these universities or any project that is being or basically being ventured in the country, in any African country.
Time to speak. Somebody named Karongo Adangwa, the senator of Kiambu County, and by the way, God willing, I will replace him, raised the point
He said that.
of all these monies being brought to one pool. The MC has a bursary, the woman rep has a bursary. Probably, if it was not for a very little chance, the chief might be having a bursary. Mr. President, the entire structure that represents us, and by the way, we also feel overrepresented as
It's so true. We were talking about that. The fact that we have a lot of members of parliament. You see all the honorary pats that they receive. It's too much. And I wonder what they do for us. The fact that the teachers are striking right now or pushing for the strike right now, they're not being paid as required. It's sad because members of parliament have paid for the sitting. Is it a sitting allowance, 50,000 monthly? And why are we paying for this? Why are they being paid for the sitting allowance, honestly? And we have teachers and nurses striking each and every time because they're not paid well.
Kenyans, and that is one of the reasons we are demonstrating, Mr. President. We have 22 CSS, we have CASs, we have permanent secretaries, and all these people have budgets and they have salaries, but I'll put that aside, Mr. President. So these people have bursaries. And then to get a bursary, you must know somebody in the country that we live in. You've said that you feel for the poor. You've said that you are blamed for feeling for the poor, and somebody opined that we are all politicians and we all got elected through public relations. So, Mr. President, if you really feel for the poor, kindly address that issue. We have been with you in several forums, and you've said that you are not afraid to bite the bullet, to take the bull by its horns. Mr. President, the MPs will disturb you. Just a minute. I've been sent by a lot of people. You have cut my time a lot of times. So, Mr. President, these MPs will bring a lot of issues. Somebody said that once you remove the CDF, people will not be vying for these positions because they go there for their stomachs. Ukweli ama uongo? Mr. President, kindly consider that because that will be a legacy. And actually, if you are able to do that, Mr. President, in 2027, I will personally have no issue electing you. So, Mr. President, address that issue. And finally, Mr. President, I feel like there are a lot of discrepancies in what in the numbers that you are being given. For example, you've said that the professor from Alupe, who proposed the new funding model, has spoken about the person doing teaching, the other one doing law, the other one doing medicine, paying the same fee. But we are student leaders here and we are students. Is that the truth? No. Under the differentiated unit costing, does a teacher pay the same amount as a doctor? So, Mr. President, we kindly ask that such small things be reconciled because these are the things that make people strike. Probably Naivasha, the HELB, did a lot of good work. But as I said in the newspaper yesterday, the Daily Nation, you could go through it. I said that you might be doing a lot of good work, but your communication team is very bad. So, Mr. President, for the little good work that you do, ensure that you know. And last but not least, there are students who defer. And also help me on this issue. We have students who deferred in 2022, but they have come back right now. I feel that it will be very unfair for these students.
The question is in regards to even the funding of the new universities. Like, okay, we have new universities, but we have a lot of graduates who do not have job opportunities after graduating, which is sad. The fact that you put in all your energy studying and you're so excited about these new cars. In your mind, you basically understand you're going to get a job after whatever years, 5, 4, 10 years you're in school. And then after that, we do not have any job opportunities at all. And the people that we basically see in different organizations are people who've been there for years. You can see people who, as this guy has said right now, the bursaries that maybe the members of parliament or the MCAs and the governors, everybody has bursaries. They're being given to the people that they notice people. We see also the same cycle happening in organizations, or people are basically looking or job hunting. It's always being forwarded to the cousin and the sister and the best friend of the bosses and the managers. Everybody knows each other, which is sad. Or maybe even the person who has a head of this company has been there forever, and they don't want to leave. They don't want to just leave because maybe their time for retirement has been there, was basically has already passed. But there's a lot of nepotism happening in a lot of organizations, and which has to stop. We have graduates with masters and good grades, and they've passed and did that. They basically deserve this position, but they never get these positions. There's a lady who was basically part of the process who was super sad, and the fact that she was participating in the protest is because of the same thing. She was a graduate, a master's graduate, and basically the fact that she doesn't have a job, she has the papers, and she was selling fries beside the road. Super sad.
It's to be classified under the new funding model, Mr. President, and they are a lot. They have sent me with their cries, Mr. President. So I stand here as a representative of my people. Kindly address those concerns.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can see General Mosquito on the comments saying, brave young man with courage. This fool is trying to look young and hip to no faith. Hello, General Mosquito. Thank you for joining in here live on YouTube. Remember, you can download our app on Google Store and find amazing healthy supplements. You love working out. This will definitely help you, General Mosquito. And also, you can buy it for a friend if you want. And guys, also on TikTok, remember to download our app on Google Store and basically stream on www.blackhotfriendnetwork.com and click on the store section. Also, click down on BHFN Sports Store. You'll find amazing healthy supplements, which will basically help you to be rejuvenated and revitalized in regards to your healthy lifestyle.
Already two from this side. Let's take, I think the final two from there, and then from here. Yes.
My name is Mwangale Agneta Nafuna, Director of Social Affairs and Special Needs, Moi University. Allow me to recognize the presence of my Vice Chancellor, Professor Sanga Koske. One major issue that is really disturbing me while sitting on that seat is that we all know that in this country, we have a bigger number of people who are poor. All of us knows that, right? I am very much devastated to hear that only 12% of the whole population of the students in this country are placed in Band 1. If we really, Your Excellency, can do something about this, we can appreciate, because there is no point of giving 12% of the whole population to Band 1 and expect that the other people will just have to appeal. Why would I say this? It's because when giving 12%...
General Mosquito, I almost mentioned your name because I was like, here we go, General Mosquito. Yeah, definitely. That's true. That's true, whatever you said. Yes.
You knew very well, or the team knew very well, that you have a lot of poor people in this country. So at least they will have at least given a bigger percentage to these people, and at least consider also...
Doesn't look like it, right? I was also a bit confused about it, but yeah, that's what's happening here, General Mosquito.
Those people who are earning maybe middle or who have bigger salaries. I believe...
Alrighty, that was it on the section in regards to the president talking about new funding models happening mostly for the universities that's supposed to be built here in Kenya. Also, right now, we know today on August 26th, the teachers, how they basically were pushing for a strike here in Kenya. And we had the KNAT and the KUPET. The KNAT basically called off the strike. And we also have the KUPET who are basically approving for this strike because they're super tired. That's the KUPET side, the two divided team in regards to the strike that is supposed to go on today. And I believe if the government does not adhere to their plea, which they should be able to tell us, because we have the KNA talking about the fact that the government has heard their cry and that's why they're not striking anymore. But the KUPET organization, they're approving for the strike. I believe the government has not adhered well because I believe it should be one organization because they are all teachers striking, but we have a divided team here.
Portal is open for application of the courses, and the universities, they are not aware of which courses. They are not aware of maybe which courses to apply for, and therefore they opt for any course. And they believe that on reporting to that university after the placement, they'll get to change their courses. But now this has become a problem because on changing the programs, the funding, I don't know, the funding board or the government, an example of the 300 students in Pwani University who transferred their courses, and therefore, up to now, their fee has never reflected. And I have a problem with why should the entire cost of the program reflect in a student's portal instead of the household obligation? I mean, the household contribution. Now we get to know that the government, due to failure.
I'm going to digress to another amazing video in regards to one of the students talking about they will occupy that land. Took student leaders dares the president by saying they're going to occupy that land.
(9:15). So we are an hour late. So let me conclude by saying the following, that I have listened very carefully to, yes, my friend, you have something to say? Give him the mic.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President, for giving me this opportunity to talk. So my question was about my institution there at TUK. So when you were coming to launch the S block at the Technical University of Kenya, you told us that there was the land that is behind the Kenya Poly, that is the Technical University of Kenya. You told us that that land belongs to us, and nowadays I see that land is used as a parking space by some people we don't even understand. So kindly can you clarify how that land went? Because we will occupy that land as from tomorrow. Thank you.
That's what's happening, guys. I believe guys are not resting, guys. If you understand the power that you have, if you understand what your land carries, if you understand that whatever government that we have is not it will make you kind of play a part in voicing, pushing for a better government and better leaders, being keen on the leaders that we put in these positions. Starting also from the MCAs, guys, starting to, going up to the governors. It will be super important to understand that you play a part in putting leaders in such positions.
Thank you very much. Vice Chancellor, I think we have the Vice Chancellor of TUK here. Can you confirm what the situation is with that piece, Vice Chancellor?
Thank you, Your Excellency. Vice Chancellor from Technical University of Kenya. Your Excellency, you gave us that land, and we have been following the due process to get the documentation. I told my students not to occupy the land because we need to have the title deed so that we do the right thing. And I want to appreciate that, Your Excellency, my student led by my president who is here, Alex, we've been talking to them. It's true, there's a team that made a fence and they started parking there. And the students said that the president said this is our land. And we have written letters even to your office through the head of public service to that effect. And we are waiting to get the response. So kindly don't occupy. We are going to get the title deed so that we do it right in the right way.
Where is the CS for education? Is Machogu, my friend,
He doesn't know the name of the CS of education.
my friend Julius here. Julius, you have an assignment. Please make sure that you talk with your colleague at the Ministry of Lands to make sure that that piece of land is justice is done, and that my good friend doesn't have to go to occupy, and we can give them the title, and not just the title. We can actually, using our housing fund facility, we can help them put up some hostels if that is what the university want. So I'm sorry that we have to call it a day because it is okay. Let me end with this girl. She has really put up a strong case.
All protocols observed, itikati zote zikiwa zimezingatiwa. My name is Honorable Sang Linda Chepkoech from the Strathmore Law School.
Okay, girl, let's go.
And Mr. President, I must put down my book to say something. It has always been my dream to meet the president. And today I've met you, but keep quiet, I want to say something. Mr. President, when you entered this hall, I was watching your steps. And when we came in here, we could see there are seats that are white. You've worn, beginning from your...
That would be nice to listen in, but that's in regards to the funding of universities here in 254. There was a meeting in town hall, and the president gave an opportunity for people to ask him questions. But I believe as the first student asked or basically brought this up, he said maybe this might be just propaganda because we've been hearing a lot of promises that you've basically promised us, but we cannot see anything manifesting in regards to the promises that you've compiled and basically told us about the development of the country, the educational system, the nurses and the teachers actually, because it's always been a cycle when the teachers and the doctors strike, and then I believe the government have this dialogue with them. They do not strike anymore, and that's why we have the KNUT or the NUT organization calling off the strike, saying that they have, or basically they've had a dialogue with the government and they're basically calling off the strike. But we have the other organization, the KUPET, talking about the fact they're not going to call off this strike at all. And they're pushing for it. And I believe it says it all. They have not had any agreement with the government. We'll digress to Botswana, which is the world's second, or basically has Botswana. The news for today is they found the second largest diamond with 1,492 carats. Let's listen in to that conversation.
The unknown, capturing the world's attention and renewing optimism.
You just want my face hidden, eh?
The discovery, made possible by cutting-edge technology, marks the largest diamond find in over a century. and the second largest ever recorded. President Mokgweetsi Masisi proudly held the gem, its sheer size momentarily obscuring his face as he admired this extraordinary treasure. Watch as Botswana President Masisi smile as he lifts the massive diamond.
Is it amazing that we have amazing minerals here in Africa and there's nothing to show for it, honestly?
All right.
Yes.
Oh, you just want my face hidden, eh? This also goes to show Botswana and the world how important mining, good governance.
I believe we definitely know that. I believe it's been known for years, but also you know what you're doing.
Particularly diamond mining is to Botswana. They mean everything to us, in the good times and the bad times.
What do you mean in the good times and the bad times? Okay, definitely know what that means. But the fact that Botswana finds the world's second largest diamond with 1,492 carats, and the fact that Africa has or basically produces minerals of all different kinds, and we're still in the same places for years. Stagnation has been in Africa for years. The leaders that we have, their best interest is not for Africans. It's for their own best interests. If they had the best interest for the people, I believe Africa will definitely be far away right now.
The diamond prices are going through a very difficult time right now, but yet every diamond remains precious and valuable. So we want to look after, we want to optimize and get the best price for it.
Like best price for it, are you exporting it as always, or basically use it for the good cause of your country? We see Ibrahim Traore said he will not allow any exploitation of any minerals in Niger at all, because he's gonna basically use everything that the country has to develop the country and make it great again.
This 2,500 carat stone
Massively
is
good.
now the biggest diamond unearthed in more than a century and the second largest ever found. This significant find was made at a relatively small mine in northeastern Botswana.
I believe even the person reporting this, it's not, let me not go there.
A region already renowned for yielding some of the world's most remarkable diamonds. Botswana's diamond mines, which produce some of the highest quality stones globally.
The fact that this has happened like a few days ago, and the fact that it's everywhere on YouTube, all the social medias, and the people reporting this, I believe they're not even in Africa, you know?
Have long been a cornerstone of the nation's economy. In 2022, the mining sector accounted for around 16% of Botswana's GDP, with diamonds contributing roughly 50% of government revenue. Botswana stands out as one of Africa's true success stories, effectively harnessing its mineral wealth for national development. Unlike many other resource-rich countries, Botswana has managed to avoid exploitation, channeling diamond revenues into building robust infrastructure and maintaining economic stability through sound policies. This latest diamond find not only reinforces...
These are the comments earlier in regards to Botswana finding the second largest diamond ever with, now it's 2,000, it was 1,492 carats found in Botswana. And the comments here was the USA is on its way for peacekeeping mission. Someone else was saying the president now is taking a flight to Botswana for a handshake. And also someone else is saying soon America will bring them democracy. Someone else is saying, how did Queen Elizabeth miss this? Whatever she is, she must be super upset about this. And also someone else is saying, here comes the colonizers. And someone else is saying, that's 12 million US dollars. Someone else is saying, Here comes the white supremacist with democracy. Or righty, these are the comments in regards to Botswana finding out the second largest diamond ever with now 2,492 carats found in Botswana, guys. General Mosquito, how are you doing? I can see the comments. You're saying, Ewerton, does this man ever know what the diamonds are used for? Why did you say that? Biggest or purest? Alrighty, General Mosquito. It should be purest.
Botswana's position as a leading diamond producer, but also highlights the country's commitment to sustainable economic growth. If you enjoyed this video, please. Exciting moment for Botswana. The colossal estimated 2,500 carat diamond was recently unearthed, capturing the world's attention and renewing optimism.
Oh, you just want my face hidden, eh?
The discovery, made possible by cutting-edge technology, marks the largest diamond find in over a century and the second largest ever recorded. President Mokgweetsi Masisi proudly held the gem, its sheer size momentarily obscuring his face as he admired this extraordinary treasure. Watch as Botswana President Masisi smile as he lifts the massive diamond.
What? All right.
Yes.
Oh, you just want my face hidden, eh?
That's it with Botswana. Well, before or as we are winding up here on Let's Pop with Ewerton, thank you guys for joining me here on TikTok. So much people joining me this beautiful afternoon on the best radio station, the Black Hot Friend Network. Sam, Tat, Calvin, Abdul, Max Marco. Thank you, Roy, Leaky, Arun, everybody joining me on live on TikTok. Remember to download our app on Google Store Stream live on www.blackhotfriendnetwork.com and now on the app. Kindly click on the store section, go down in the BHFN Sports Store, and you'll find amazing healthy supplements for the guys and the ladies who love working out, and also for the ladies who basically want to have like a healthy lifestyle, also contributing to your nails, your hair growth. You'll find amazing healthy supplements, and you can basically order very affordable. Order for a friend, order for someone you care about, and you feel like, you know what? I'm thinking about you. Remember, it's on our app on Google Store, and it's basically free to download. And also remember to follow us on all the social media for amazing uplifting conversation in regards to who you are as an African, the African history, the African identity, because it will help you understand who you are and also the power that we have. Before I wind up, I want to share something short about who we are as African, the African identity, the African history is the real power of melanin. The short video helping us to understand how that is super important if we understand the real power of melanin and how it will basically help us embrace who we are as Africans with super much confidence, and basically not make you kind of like hate yourself the way you've been programmed to, but help you basically motivate yourself, love yourself, and walk in your power as you should.
Cats. That's how we have domesticated cats. Melanin granules act as tiny primitive eyes, forming a large network structure whose function is to absorb and decode electromagnetic waves. Everyone has the same number of melanocytes, but some people make more than others. The bodies of Africans contain massive amounts of melanocytes. So we know when we read on ancient Egypt that they did not believe that death was the end. Death was merely just part of the journey, because the afterlife was so revered, it was so sacred, and they had such a comprehensive and holistic understanding of the afterlife. So the way that they preserved the body and the melanin within the body, they really prioritized the preservation of melanin in the mummification process with the aim of creating an actual reality state after death. So the whole point of mummification was to preserve the skin, which held an actual living neural network of melanin. They believed that the conductivity of melanin increased with age. So technically, Tutankhamun's mummy is more alive now in the...
Oh, the elasticity of melanin increased with age. That's amazing to know. She said that the elasticity of the melanin increases with age.
Was to preserve the skin, which held an actual living neural network of melanin. They believed that the conductivity of melanin increased with age.
So the conductivity of melanin increased with age.
So technically, Tutankhamun's mummy is more alive now in the afterlife than it ever was here on Earth. We're not even tapping into a small fraction of what it is that we're actually capable of as highly melanated people. The most damaging attack on African people is the promotion of albino domesticated animals for consumption. Eating white, like yellow chicken is something that actually drains the body. It suppresses the capacity to activate the melanin. So in order to actually activate your melanin, focus on consuming alkaline foods, because those are life-giving. Those actually help to produce and generate the electromagnetic.
Please eat healthy, guys. Eat more alkaline food, healthy stuff. The broccoli, the tomato, the oranges, the beetroot, the peas. If you want to increase your melanin, eat more alkaline foods. And she's saying, please avoid yellow meat and the yellow chicken.
And it takes fields within your melanin. So things like, fruits and vegetables, raw fruits and vegetables are really, really good for activating the melanin in your skin. And the way to actually reap the benefits or to see the benefits of activated melanin, or to actually feel that your melanin is active, is when you start to feel in alignment with nature. We're not really trying to produce light. We're not trying to conduct electricity through our bodies. We are in a time where we're looking to manifest results and to flourish. And one of the ways to actually do that to your highest potential is to activate your melanin in order to be able to align with nature, because alignment with nature then results in the manifestation of your highest goals. And if you want to be able to manifest with ease, you have to be able to take advantage of your melanin by activating it. And you want to do that through eating the right things, eating high alkaline foods. It's all about promoting the neural network in your skin.
Neural network. It's all about promoting your neural network in your skin, guys.
In your eyes, in your hair. That's what actually brings you to that point where you're able to align with nature. Our ancestors aligned with nature with ease. And it wasn't just because of the understanding they had. It was because of the support of the melanin in their skin, in their eyes, in their hair. They walked, talked, lived, and breathed it. And it was something that was not only present in their skin, in their bodies, it was in their animal companions, it was in the plants, it was in the soil, it was in everything around them. So they were a network, they were part of a network. Melanin is the most important substance in the human body. If you're looking at healing, there are actually 3 types of melanin. There's eumelanin, which makes the most dark colors in the hair, the eyes, and the skin. There are 2 types of eumelanin, which is black and brown. And mixes of black and brown hair come from different mixes of these types of eumelanin. Then there's pheomelanin, which colors the pinkish parts of your body, such as your lips and nipple. And then we have neuromelanin. Neuromelanin controls the colors of your neurons. This melanin is found in the brain. There are disorders that are associated with the lack of melanin in the brain or the loss of melanin in the brain. So ultimately, just from that little bit of information, we can tell
amazing conversation there of the real power of melanin. Thank you guys for joining me here live on TikTok. Guys are joining in as I'm almost winding up, but we're going to be right back at it on Read School. It's your girl, the lovely Iwachan. Thank you, Mishai Eric, Monique, Hugh, Jimmy Wonders. Thank you, Elias, Kauyundi, Abdul. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me here live on TikTok, on YouTube, General Mosquito. Thank you so much for joining me this beautiful afternoon on Let's Pop with Iwata. The power of freedom was the topic of the day, understanding that you are the change you need to see in the world. As I always say here, and Let's Swap with Iwachan, it's always about redefining Africans as we redefine ourselves. And today we're talking about the fact that the president has a new funding model for universities here in Kenya, and the students are basically coming in, or they gathered together to give their opinions and actually opposing on this new agenda of new universities coming up, or the funding of the universities in Kenya. The fact that they're saying it's all propaganda. First of all, can you just keep and adhere to the promises you kind of like talked about a few years ago when you're coming in or basically being elected? Nobody is trusting Mr. President right now on the meeting that he had at the town hall. And also we talked about the second largest diamond ever found with now 2,492 carats. And Jerome Mosquito was talking about the fact that the leader also of, or the president of Botswana really does not, you're saying, oh, does this man ever know what the diamonds are used for? That's what General Mosquito is saying. And also the fact that even though the second largest diamond has been found, how is this still going to help us?
It's not.
Still. Yeah.
It's not. In other words, and the lady got melanin wrong. Pale melanin is not.
Okay.
The pale melanin is not in black people's lips. It's the whiteness. Pale melanin is the animal melanin that Europeans have. Like I told you, different kind of melanins. Ours is uromelanin, and there's pale. Pale means you have blonde hair, green eyes, or their hair, which is fur. So that's why that melanin is different. And no one wants to say that. No one wants to tell that truth. Because then how the fuck, they're fake evolution shit, so they came from black people. But as Dr. Africa, that's a lie.
She said that she said the fear of melanin is found in producing the pinkish color.
It says in your lips and your nipples. That's a lie. Yeah. It's not in our lips. We don't have pale melanin.
Okay, yeah.
African people don't have that in their genome at all, in the biology, unless you got your mixed child or some shit. But Africans don't have uromelanin because pale melanin, because that comes from an animal. Right. Pale melanin. We don't. So, as Dr. Africa told you, much more educated than this lady, it's telling you can't come down the same biological tree. You couldn't come from us as they tell you in their fake evolution. It's a lie. Because biologically, we're completely different than them. That's it. And I told you must be alkaline. Their diet's not alkaline. For them, they need meat. They need, because they got the animal genetics and got pale melanin. They need bloody meat and all that shit. Us, we're not supposed to be eating that. That's called acidic diet.
Yeah.
Alkaline. People have alkaline diet. Alkaline water, more fruits, more vegetables. We're supposed to take really not eat no meat at all. She's talking about colored chicken. No, not the colored chicken, just that everything destroys our melanin because we are the gods. And sorry about your Jesus. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Reason why melanin is a light conductor of energy, of information.
Right.
So the more you're not getting into with nature, you're getting into with God. More you feed your melanin, you're able to commune with God literally. You don't go in any church. You go right to God through your melanin, through the fruits you eat, the vegetables, the water. That's what they want to teach you about your melanin. They don't have your melanin. They have failed. So you go expect this is not a conductor of light, conductor of energy. The creator is light, all knowledge, all energy. That's why you're melanated.
She also said the conductivity of your melanin increases with age. Is that so?
I don't know nothing about that. I know it doesn't conduct that right if you don't see. She doesn't understand that. She's about the your melanin's different when you're dead. There's no such thing as death. That body is gone. You live in an illusion, Iraton. See, this is going to hurt you. Let's see, I'm giving you science. This is going to hurt your fake religion again. Okay, the Africans knew millions of years ago that this is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Everything around you see is an illusion. It does not exist. It's all in wave form. It just, you only see it because it's on a slowed down frequency, slowed down vibration. So the Africans said, as they studied all this millions of years ago, they said, well, goddamn, this shit is an illusion. Who created this illusion and for what purpose? And so that means there's no such thing as death because this not what we're living is not even real. But there are, even though we're in an illusion, there are laws that we have to follow in this illusion. Now, let me just real quick. Let me see before we leave. Let me say this. Size of it. Let me see. Modern science has discovered that we are living in an illusion. I'll show you if this is true. Okay, let's see. That's science. So let me share my screen, get up your screen. So science has already proved that this is an illusion. It goes against all your goopy religions. You go into hell and heaven. There's no hell or heaven. You're living in an illusion that the Creator created to live in. This is the mind. We're living in a dream of the Creator to experience its creation in real time. To understand its creation that it created, and to be the subject, to view it in a subjective manner, not be objective, but subjective. That's why you got to go inside to find God, not in your church, not in your mosque. Creator resides inside of you, as above, so below. So let me show this. They been know that you're living in an illusion. So let me show this. But the African, this is their modern science. The African Ben already knew this. That's what African spirituality is based off of. Understanding melanin, being connected within the illusion, to be able to talk to God, because you raise in vibration. So that means you go into other dimensions. Okay? See my screen. Let me know when you guys see my screen. Okay, let's go. You guys see my screen yet? It's energy today. You guys see my screen yet? I gotta make this bigger. Iraton, can you see my screen?
No.
What?
I can see it, yes, but I cannot read anything.
Okay, I was asking, can you see it yet? Not reading it.
Yeah, of course, sure, yes.
Okay. The illusion of reality. Scientific proof that everything is energy and reality isn't real. Exactly. You're living in, this is an illusion. This is a fact, but this is not their science. The African knew this millions of years ago. So it has to do with your fake Jesus, your fake Allah, your fake Hindu God. This is an illusion. There's no such thing as death. People like you don't go to hell and devil. This is it. Melanin is a conductor of what? Energy. You live in an energy illusion. Science has proved that everything is energy and reality isn't real. This is an illusion you're living in. You only see it as reality because you're on a low vibrational frequency. You're the third dimensional frequency, lower chakras. So as you raise in vibration, you come more to understand you're living in an illusion. So let me go. So further quantum physics into the nature of reality. The more evidence that they find that everything is energy at the most fundamental levels. Everything. That's why you conduct with melanin. Reality is merely an illusion, although a very persistent one. Exactly. There's laws to the illusion. But you got niggas in church. Oh, I'm sinned against you, Lord. Am I going to hell? Hey, moron, this is an illusion. It's not real. Your life is an illusion. It's a fairy tale. That's why when you raise your vibration, you can manifest through energy anything you want within the illusion. That's why you can manifest things. What you get knowledge, because it's energy. What you sit in your goopy churches, you're now deprived of energy. You know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know how to work. But this ancient African science ain't nothing new. They just now discovered this. The African always knew this was an illusion. So what else can we do in the face of what scientists have discovered about reality? They haven't discovered this. This was discovered millions of years ago by the African. That reality is an illusion. You're living in the mind of the all, the creator. This is an illusion. So there's no such thing as death. Can't die within an illusion. The body may die, but the soul never dies. You'll come back here and live another life, or you'll go to the next dimension, depending on how you vibrate. But since whoever you goopy morons caught in your religions, you haven't known enough knowledge to progress to the next dimension. You're coming back here again and again. These are lessons you got to learn. Okay? 25,000 year cycle. If you don't learn these lessons, and what reality is, you'll just come back. There's no going to hell. There's no such thing as death. Like I told Shamani and Irritat, go to a graveyard, take your camera, and just film. You won't be able to see it because your eyes are not vibrating on that level. But your digital camera will see light beings out there. Not want to realize that they're dead. Hey, moron, you're dead. Move on. You'll come back as another baby. That's the nature of reality. So if you haven't learned these things through life, you're in your church, you're in your mosque still, believing in stupid shit, you come back because your vibrational level is not high enough to move on. Everything is energy and everything is frequency. If your vibration is not high enough, you will not leave this part of the illusion to graduate to the next level because you're trying to get back to the creator. So you believe in nonsense. Oh, let me finish reading this real quick. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
So it says, it's unbelievable, fantastic, and it's quite clearly showing that everything is energy at the most fundamental levels. Here is a really brief peek at the shocking thing quantum physicists now know about reality. Facts that change everything we believe about life and self. Exactly, your belief system. Standing at all its heads just like, excuse me, my damn throat. In our view of the solar system all those many centuries ago, if everybody in the world understood that the next few paragraphs outline about the energetic nature of reality, our planet would change overnight. Yeah, you would be fighting religious goopy wars, but that means you're on a level of a child. So in the early 20th century, the unquestioned assumption that the physical universe is actually physical led to scientific search for elementary point particles, exactly, upon which all life is built, which would prove the reality was not an illusion. But they couldn't do that. But as soon as scientists began smashing electrons and other particles in enormous accelerators, they quickly realized the foundation of the physical world wasn't physical at all. That everything is energy, that you're living in an illusion. So that's why you're melanated, to maneuver through this illusion through energy. That's why melanin is a conductor of energy. Okay, so I'm done. So I just wanted to say that. Let me let Airtime wrap it up. But that's it. So all you goopy niggas sitting in your church and your mosque, good luck to you. Your vibration is fucked up. You're the lower frequency. So you live in an illusion.
Alrighty.
But I'm gonna show this African knowledge. It ain't the white since the white man just finally discovered it. The Africans knew this millions of years ago. Everybody created mummifications and prepared for death because they knew death wasn't real because you lived in an illusion. There's no such thing as death. In the church, you're told, oh, you must get right with Jesus before you die. You must get right with Allah before you die. And if you don't do right, you'll go to this fake hell. What? You do what? It doesn't make them stupid, but they'll come back. You're gonna have to get knowledge. You have to graduate. That's why I was fighting Jesus and Allah in my dream.
Alrighty, that's Mr. Black Hot Fire. On with me on that with Irutan. I was ending with the real power of melanin, and basically Mr. Black Hot Fire is giving us updates in regards to that. I'm still learning about that deeper, like every day, and I believe on Let's Pop with Irutan we'll be talking more about that. But today's topic was the power of freedom, as I shared. And guys joining me right now, I'm winding up on Let's Pop with Irutan. Remember to download our app on Google Store and also stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Click on the store section. Down you'll find the BHFN sports store, and also remember you'll find amazing healthy supplements there that will basically help you in regards to the hair growth, the nails growing up, and everything to do with you as an African individual.
Jim said your pastor is an illusion, Irutan.
General Mosquito? That's a good one, really. Guys, take care. Much love. See you on next on the show on Rhythm Scoop. Have an amazing afternoon. Remember, you are the change you need to see in the world every day. It's always a great time to be alive here on the best radio station, the Black Hot Fire Network. Remembering you're evolving every day, being the best version of yourself.
Exactly right, General. Inner God, not outer God. Any God, why these goofy niggas in these churches worshiping a fake God? Any God outside of yourself is fake. You know, God is.
Salutations, massive here, Sandra Robinson, all the way in Switzerland, and you're tuning into the Black Hot
Nakamura.
Any last words, Mr. Black Fire? I'm winding up already, actually.
No, I was saying, who's this? Nakamura?
Yeah, where's the song?